morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe. Wanted to say first things first. Good morning to you all in the chat. If you're watching live, pop in the live chat. Say hey. Towards the end of the show, we will get to. I'll go in and say hey to everybody. At the same time, we'll use it as a Q&A. So if you have any questions, comments, whatever, throw it in the live chat, and I will get to those towards the end of the show. If you like the content by the end of the show, go ahead and smash those likes. And if you would not mind, help me grow the channel out by subscribing and ticking that bell. It would for sure help whenever I go live, which is every single day at 12:30 Eastern, and unless anything crazy happens, right? We will get into all kinds of fun stuff at that point. So yeah. If you're new to the channel, we go over all kinds of different things. Today, we're going to look at some stuff around the IMF and how they're freaking out. We're going to also take a look at the liquidity around crypto in the exchanges. Some very interesting things coming down the pipe around that. And then maybe we'll take a look at some stuff from regulatory related things. And then I might just touch on some crypto related mortgages, stuff like that. So anyways, one other thing, I do a Patreon show every day at 4:30 Eastern, as long as nothing crazy happens with work or family or whatever. And then that is scrolling on the bottom of the screen right about here. It's also linked in the description of the video. And if you want to help the channel out, go ahead and sign up for Crypto Confidential. That using that link does for sure help the channel out. What that does, just so everybody knows, is it gives you access to a private group of crypto enthusiasts. There is a group of people who are writing those newsletters, building out a community with both a messaging forum and a private Telegram channel that is very active with all kinds of stuff. They do private crypto purchases that are difficult to obtain, that are more from just to get a better discount, if you will, on the pricing. I don't know if it's a discount. It just really depends on what they're able to get, but harder to obtain coins. They really work on those kinds of things. So anyways, they also have more educational stuff on how to do certain things and literally walk you through doing it. So check it out. It's worth the investment. Sure does help the channel out for sure. So let's jump right into what we're going to take a look at today. I forgot to adjust this on the day here, but every day, wow, what did I click? That is not right. 15 minutes? I'm going to refresh this page. I go through and look at the charts every single day during the shows just because it's the only time I actually get a second. That's still not working. The only time I actually get a second to go look at the charts. So let's see if this changed anything. There we go. I don't know what the heck happened to the other one, but it was acting funny. Let's see if it changed. Well, that did act weird too. Whatever. I guess it's not zoomed in. Anyways, I like to look at the pricing, what's taking place in the middle of the day. I do it in the morning. I do it in the evening on the afternoon show as well. Let's see, we got Bitcoin and USD. That is on Tether Binance. So yeah, it's popped up to 42,000 and it's being pushed down again. The Dow is up. Who really knows why? You got the NASDAQ, which is down actually. And I actually bet you that's because I think Elon just dumped a bunch of his Twitter stock. I don't know if he did or not, but it'd be interesting if he did. They won't let him buy the whole thing. Maybe he might as well really try to have some fun with it. S&P is up, etc. Gold looks like it's up. Silver is down. Yeah. Those of you who know about silver, gold and silver really trade very, very close to each other. Very interesting. They can't go too low, though, because of what Putin did. Well, we talk about that on the Patreon, so we'll check those out. What we got here? Matic, and then we had, I think I passed Divi. Divi is playing and moving up and down, up and down. Yeah, fun stuff. So I always like to start the show off with checking out the charts. It's always a lot of fun stuff. Anyways. So guess who's freaking out about cryptocurrency? The IMF, the International Monetary Fund, the Global Financial Stability Report that they just put out. I kind of talked about this on the Patreon yesterday, but those of you on the Patreon get early access to this stuff. I know this is the day later for this for some people, and some of you have seen this, and I do apologize, but it's very important for everyone to actually see this stuff. and I really think that it's worth putting this out here. So it is sees a complex role for cryptocurrencies. In other words, basically, just as I'll kind of give you guys a high level. They're telling the world, cryptocurrency, we can't stop it, and they're going and saying, we need this fixed now. We need to regulate this now. We need to stop this now. Blah 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 blah. And I'm going, it literally just makes me laugh. When you have a moment in history as humanity, where you have the ability to come in and have a decentralized and distributed system that cannot be controlled by any individual nation, anyone, it is beautiful to sit there and see how this stuff takes place. Oh, by the way, just a little pause. If you're having a coffee or a tea or bourbon or beer or whatever, let me know in the chat what you're drinking. It's really, really good time for that. Afternoons, love my coffee. Absolutely love my coffee. That is an Ethiopian blend, straight up black. If you have a really good roaster, which I do, they are really, really good stuff. Anyways, decentralized finance, or DeFi, offers a mix of risks and benefits as it forms interconnections with traditional finance. The International Monetary Fund finds in a new report. So they're freaking out. Guys and gals, they're freaking out. It's absolutely hilarious to me because they know they can't do anything about it, and it's crazy awesome. According to the International Monetary Fund's Global Financial Stability Report released on Tuesday, the war in Ukraine, of course, the war in Ukraine, following hard on the heels of coronavirus pandemic, the hunger disease pandemic, what? has led to the tightening of global financial conditions. I wonder why. No, they printed so much money that the Federal Reserve actually can't control it anymore. Raising the rates doesn't do anything. Oh, yeah, I forgot to check that. What is the housing today? It's at 5% still on a 30-year fixed mortgage. Crazy, crazy stuff. According to the report, the pandemic and war have led to an accelerated cryptoization, whatever that word means, in emerging markets due to increased speculative interest during the pandemic, and the attempts to evade sanctions. In other words, they can't control whether a country uses it or not. Given compliance within the crypto industry, the use of cryptocurrencies to evade sanctions is impractical. And impractical? Really? Really? Practical to who? You guys? Do you see what's happening? They're literally saying, whoa, wait a minute, we can't do anything about this. Stop. They're literally acting like the babysitter who can't take care of the children. And the children are ganging up. We, the people, see the ability within this environment because of blockchain technology. That is why I started my company. It is also listed in the description of the channel. The description of the video. Aster Blockchain Consulting. I set that up because there's a lot of people out there who have no idea what this is or how this works. I started mining in late 2011 to learn how blockchain worked, not because of Bitcoin, not because of the financial benefits of it. No. If anything else, I was the person literally giving stuff away, trying to figure out how it worked. Okay? This environment literally represents or presents a moment in history, a moment in time that we can literally say IMF, Federal Reserve, World Banks, global banking institution, you go jump off a cliff, we don't need you anymore. And all of the control that you have because of your stupidity, well, I guess they were smart for themselves, but how they screwed the human race in so many different ways, realistically, they will, once these sovereign nations realize that they actually are sovereign nation and they can actually do what El Salvador's doing and completely negate the need for the reliance on the stupid the monetary bloodlines, if you will, from the monetary funds or the world banks. Once they realize that they don't need them anymore, their game's up. It's done. It's beautiful to watch, and they're freaking out about it. IMF warns that there will be further market sell-offs as central banks adjust the policy. In other words, hey, we're about to tank the stock market because the stock market's rigged, because they control and prop it up. They are actually making sure that it actually stays where it's at. Okay? The Federal Reserve has literally said recently that they were buying mortgage-backed securities at the tune of $120 million a month. They're literally propping the market up. And when the dollar has no value, that means the stocks have no actual value because they're valued in the dollar. When the stock market and people who are in the stock market realize, this isn't good, and they're going to dump. They're going to dump the market. It's going to dump hard. They're going to get into the dollar, and that dollar is going to say, they're going to go, that's going to cause another inflationary aspect where it's not in an asset producing anything. It is now in a cash asset, which means it is more dollars that are going to be in circulation, which means the velocity will increase, causing an even bigger problem. No, I have been saying this on the show, and I will not stop saying this on the show. Crypto is the exit strategy. You don't need an exit strategy out of crypto. You need to figure out what you need to do to make sure that the money you have, maybe in the stock market, in your IRA, 401k, whatever, gets safely into cryptocurrency or gold and silver. But you need to really physically hold that kind of stuff. Just putting it out there. You need to understand this is what's coming. Okay. We are going to have a serious awakening, we'll call it. Those of you know where that comes from. But they have to blame this on something, right? Or someone, since Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine. No, it's very, very provoked. As I talked about in my Patreon a few weeks back and showed you guys exactly what they're doing in Ukraine and how precise and surgically precise, we'll call it, they're being and what they're doing. Go check that out. If you're not part of the Patreon, if you join just to go check those videos out and then leave, cool. I don't care. But it is for sure an area where I get to have a platform where I can be unfiltered and not be concerned about the videos being pulled off. Because I'll just put them back if they get deleted. It's not that big of a deal. Anyways, that's why that's there. That's only because our First Amendment's under attack. That's what that is there for. That's why I do that. So anyways, they got to blame it. It's not unprovoked. There's a real reason they're doing this. And it is not what people are telling you. Anyways, the outlook has worsened notably with further supply chain shocks, and even higher inflation. No, they can't blame themselves. They can't tell you that they did it. The fund's warning comes at the time of high uncertainty for some of the key central banks. Now they're actually telling you that the banks are involved. Definitely love my coffee. Holy cow, that is a good cup. Monetary tightening could be accelerated if inflation remains high, which could impact markets' moves. In other words, hey guys, gals, we're going to start dropping stuff out of the sky. Is going to start falling when it comes to all of this stuff. The IMF has warned of more market sell-offs as central banks try to combat higher inflation and ease back on pandemic stimulus measures. I say it often on the show. For anyone who's new here, they printed 80% of the current US dollars that are in circulation in the past 2.5 years or so. 80%. You want to know why inflation is a problem? You're just now starting to feel it. Wait until it really takes effect. There's always a delay, and it always slowly ramps up, and then it just hits like a boulder falling out of the sky. Watch. It's going to be messy. I'm telling you all. It's going to be very, very crazy. going to happen is going to be very interesting. Market players market players had started the year on an optimistic footing, predicting some economic momentum on the back of an easing hunger disease restrictions. Those of you who don't know, I did talk about this. A federal judge struck down the face diaper mandates for internet or for travel. Yeah, this is about to get really, really awesome. And it's going to be great. However, since Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine, naturally they got to link something else there. On February 24th, that outlook has worsened and further supply chain shocks, energy prices, etc. So not only are they freaking out about all this other stuff, they're freaking out about the inflation, they're freaking out about the stock market. Now they're calling out the financial stability of the markets because cryptocurrency completely circumvents all of their control mechanisms, literally all of them. People do not need permission to use cryptocurrency. And if they say they're going to block it or they're going to ban it, people will literally just give them a middle finger and say, bye. They can't control you. They can't control it. And they are figuring that out the hard way. And it's actually kind of cool for me, from somebody being in this space as long as I have been, watching and learning what the technology was and having that light bulb moment going, holy crap, this technology alone will free humanity from the constructs and the control mechanisms that are there from the financial systems. I'm not kidding. That was a moment for me, like, wow. That's why I do this show, because no one's out here. Everyone's out here doing technical analysis. They're all out there talking about the price of this or that. I don't do that on the show. I do sometimes when it makes sense to do so. But as you all know, part of the reason you are all here is I talk about this stuff because no one's recognizing that this is the way we're going. This is the direction everything's going, and it's beautiful. And here's what's happening, okay? Bitcoin continues to flow out of exchanges. And we're in the liquidity squeeze, okay? Bitcoin is quickly leaving exchanges at a rate not seen in years. I don't think it's ever been seen. With almost 80,000 Bitcoins being moved off of platforms in the last 30 days. Just so that you guys and gals understand, people like me, we're not letting go of our crypto. I'm not going to go out on an exchange and sell my crypto. When the markets come down, I buy more and hold on to it. Okay? And it doesn't happen. I don't do it very often. But I will tell you right now, we are not letting it go. I will not let it go. There's other people out there. Most of you guys and gals are the same. You're not going to let it go. I know you won't. All the markets are going to crash. Crypto included, to a certain point. And at that point, it'll be very short-lived. But at that point, it'll stop because there will be no more Bitcoin to be sold. Coinbase and other exchanges only have so much Bitcoin that they can sell, okay? They can't, when I say sell, they can sell it all day long left and right, but the moment you take it off the exchange, that is a real hard sell. That means they have to write it to the blockchain. That means that sell takes place. That is a very big deal. When you hold your coins, you own them. If they're on an exchange, that exchange is holding them for you on your behalf. And you better trust that exchange. I'm not kidding. You need to understand holding your own coins and your own crypto-only device, whatever you want to call it, is very important for you. It means that you are in control. It means that you have control over your coins. Nothing else does. You. That means you can go and buy a car, buy a house, as we'll look at here in a minute. Buy whatever you want. No one can say no. No one can stop you. It's amazing. If the exchanges have no Bitcoin to sell, that means the price will continue to rise. Because what's going to happen is people are going to come into this market and they're going to go, I need to buy Bitcoin. I need to buy Bitcoin. I need to buy Bitcoin. They're going to freak out. They're going to, I need to buy Bitcoin. and other, well, we'll call it other cryptocurrencies as well. And there will be none for them to buy. They'll go to the Litecoin, they'll go to the altcoins and start to obtain those as well. There will be none for them to buy because no one is selling. You see what's happening? The coins are going off the exchanges. The exchanges can't get any more from the miners because the miners are not selling anymore. I don't know if you know that or not, but the miners are holding on to what they have. They're spending what they need to pay for their power and their upkeep and or the expansion of their mines, and then the rest of it they're holding it. They're not cashing out. That means no over the counters have funds. That means the exchanges don't have funds. That means they can't sell you the Bitcoin. There's going to be a double liquidity squeeze. By the time the next halving happens, you will see. I don't like to do price predictions, but I would not be surprised if we saw Bitcoin well above in the millions for dollars speaking. But if the dollar's worth nothing, I mean, who really cares, right? Whatever it ends up being, whatever CBDC they're working on, what you get what I'm saying, right? It's going to be worth a lot. The purchasing power will be incredible. There's one other data point in here I wanted to look at. Where was it? I think this is here. As far as their exchange balances, the Bitcoin balances are down 8.6% year to date and down 39% since the peak in May in 2020. We see this continue to stir up a stair-step pattern over the next 6 months, where large 10,000 plus chunks of Bitcoin are being removed from exchanges at a time. Last Thursday was one of the largest one-day outflows in Bitcoin relative terms over the past few years. That's a ton of Bitcoin coming off the exchanges, people. A ton. So, real quick, I wanted to pull this article up because one of the things that we're looking at buying homes and whatnot, right? And Bitcoin mortgages in the year 2020 is a terrible idea, but why? This article literally paints the worst picture possible, and is someone who has no idea what they're talking about when it comes to the crypto mortgages. There is, what is it? MiloCredit.com. These guys, home mortgages. They have a crypto mortgage. Learn more. Now, look over here. If you want to borrow $1 million, guess what? Crypto value you have to have is $1 million in crypto at current prices. Your rate is 5.9%, but if you give more value or crypto, you'll get the same loan, but if you pledge more crypto, basically your rate can get down to 3.9%. You can do payments in fiat or crypto. You have no need for a down payment. Closing is 2 to 3 weeks, 30-year term. People who write crap like this have no idea what they're talking about. They're not going to margin call your crypto on a mortgage. They also have the asset of the house. Why would they care? They have both. You pay it back, you get your crypto back, and you get the house. You don't pay it back, guess what? The mortgage company gets your crypto, and they get the house. It's a win-win for them, and it's a win-win for you. It's not really that big of a deal. People don't understand what's taking place with this. Also, if your underlying assets increase so if your crypto value increases over, like say it's $2 million, you can literally cash out, pay your house off, get your other initial investment out, and be on your way. That's actually possible in this. They don't want you to touch it because the mortgages and the mortgage-backed securities that are created in the stock market are the lifeblood of the markets. I am not kidding. That is the bedrock, the foundation of the markets as a whole. What do you think happened in 2008? That's why that happened. Because they got greedy. Everything went nuts. Someone saw the people weren't paying their mortgages. They weren't paying their rents. And then all of a sudden, everything went boom. Guess what's coming, people? That's coming again. And if you aren't ready for it in some way, form, or fashion, you really need to understand this is what's coming. So, Towards the end of the show, like I said, we will run through the chat, say hey to everybody. It looks like you guys have been having an awesome conversation today. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And I'm gonna go say hey to everybody. But if you have any questions, any comments, or anything like that about the show, what we're talking about here specifically, throw them in the chat, and I will address them as I am able to do so. So let's run through here real quick. What's going on, Tom? How you doing? It's good to see you, brother. Busy Mountain, what's up? Hadn't seen you in a little bit. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Crypto Disposition, how are you? Appreciate you being here. Hey, Bitcoin Bull, I love it. Morning, by the way. Airport update. I see about 15% of the passengers still wearing face diapers. That is fantastic that 75% of people stop wearing them. I absolutely freaking love that. I flew recently, had to wear the daggum thing, and I can tell you right now that the flight attendants, people like that, they didn't care. It was amazingly beautiful. Amazingly beautiful. Busy Mountain. I've been hearing that they're preparing for the Queen's funeral. That's right, you're in UK. Interesting. I've been wondering when that news was gonna finally come into the public eye. I've known about that for a while. That's gonna be interesting. All right, who else we got here? Let's see. Gloria, good morning. How are you? Appreciate you being here. Attorney Man, but stupid. I love it. How's it going, man? It's good to see you. Johnny Mattis, what's going on from the desert? I love it. I've been out there a good bit, and I absolutely love that country. That is just amazing. Johnny Holder, what is up? How are you? Good to see you. Not imaginative. How's it going? Appreciate you being here. Let's see. Let's see who else is in here. Steven, what's going on? Appreciate you being here today. How you doing? Who else we got in the chat? Vic said something so clear this morning. All other commodities at or even all-time highs from the 1980s. Silver at 50% off its all-time. Yeah, it is. Must be Putin's fault, right? Yeah. No. So if you don't know who Bix Weir is, go check out his channel. He has the Road to Ruta, or Root A, Roota. He has some really interesting theories that I definitely agree with him on a few of them. And he's not wrong on what he's saying around his stuff. He has an interesting background. You should pay attention to what he's saying, for sure. Coffee. Okay, we're getting into where I was saying what you got you're drinking right now. Mountain Dew. Look at that. Awesome. Let's see who else is here. Better than Folders. It's mountain grown. Yeah. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Working so Gatorade. Perfect. Let's see who else here. Don't mix that with vodka. That would be very interesting. That'll make you messed up real quick. Busy Mountain is correct. They don't even have control. They don't even control the crypto if they control the point of sale merchants. This is true. That would be very interesting. Well, there's people like me out there trying to build stuff where they can't do that. Oh, yummy, 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 yummy. Good stuff. Bitcoin Bull, I'm not pulling it up on the screen, but that is, you're funny. No, it was friends, other tech guys, friends of mine was like, here, help me figure out how this works. Went back and forth with it. You're crazy, dude. Let's see. Let's running through here. Daddy-o, you're late. Yes, it's okay. Better late than never, though, right? Let's see who else is in here. I'm gonna have to go here in a second. Let's see. Like I said, I wanted to kind of do this towards the end of the show, so get right into the content for people who need time. Want to get into the content for it. So, you were alone, or I was a loan officer in 2008. The programs were changing daily. I could imagine they were, man. That'd be interesting. That was, yeah. I can't even imagine. I have a buddy of mine who just got out of the banking entirely, everything, because he's like, I can't deal with this anymore. Anyways, I'm late for a meeting, so I'm going to jump off. And yeah, at 4:30 this afternoon, I should have a Patreon show. If you're not part of the Patreon, consider joining it. It's $5 a month. And it's realistically just so I can have a platform and talk about the nuts and bolts of what's really going on out there. As I'm sure those of you who've seen it. Kim, I didn't see you. How you doing? Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. I hope I didn't miss anyone. But anyways, I gotta jump. So you guys have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you all this afternoon. Take it easy.